All right, guys. So I am going to quit while I'm ahead, and I'm going to explain why in a minute. As you can see there, P&L just ranging over $1,000 at the moment in the positive, and you can see I've got two 10x's. So I'm going to go ahead and close those 10x's right now. I've closed some other ones as well, but these are the biggest gains that I have at the moment. I'm just going to do a quick close. I'm not even going to bother. So this is effectively like just dumping on the market. Right, so I've locked in those gains for now. Now, if you look at the Bitcoin chart, that actually looks like it's going up further. It's turned that little resistance there to support, I think, maybe. As you can see, it's turning up and it's 57, and there's a good chance that it might go to 58, 59, maybe even 60 in the next couple of days or so. But I'm just really afraid that this might happen. And because these are leveraged trades, it's only one big dip away from being wiped out and losing those gains. Now, I've learned my lesson over the years that you don't hodl a leverage trade. Once you're winning and you've hit your target, my target that I set was $1,000. I've hit it. I'm going to exit. I don't care if it goes to 6 or 7 grand afterwards. I've achieved my goals. It is usually when you're greedy and when you're not sticking to plan that you end up getting liquidated. What I'm going to do now with that is I'm going to enter spot. So I'm going to take that win from the Bitcoin and Ethereum and go into a spot position. I will probably split in half and go 50% BTC, 50% XRP. And if the price carries on going up, then I start to benefit from the gains, right? And there is no chance of liquidation however low it goes. And if it does go, if we get another one of these big dips, 10, 20, 30%, then I would consider going back into a leverage trade in the up direction. Now, why am I nervous? Well, usually this is what usually happens when we get these massive dips. The market moves slightly sideways for a while, or it might even recover for a while, and then it happens again. And sometimes it's even a bigger dip than before. Now, I don't care about my spot positions that are sitting in cold storage. Those are long-term holds. Those I just zoom out and wait for, I just dollar cost average on those. I wait for the glory days as usual. These again, I have to keep reminding you guys that this is my little gambling fund, not financial advice. Do your own research. So don't come at me with the whole sort of, oh, why are you doing leverage, blah, 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 just hodl. This is just a bit of fun while the market is boring, while we're waiting for, the glory days to actually arrive. And I'm having a lot of fun and making quite a fair bit doing this, right? So all in all, very, very good profit. I've lost some in liquidations, but, I'm more positive than negative. I might also migrate my funds, I don't know if that's possible, to JumpX. This is still Fairdesk. JumpX, I'm sort of just moving my things there slowly, but it's pretty much the same idea. This platform is open for another month or so, maybe another 2 months, or whenever they decide to close it. But whatever the case may be, you're not going to lose your stuff. You're just going to get migrated to JumpX eventually anyway. Bitcoin faces death cross signal. Now, again, this is technical analyses, and it's not necessarily, gospel, so to say, in what's going to happen. It's not necessarily a firm prediction, but over the years, especially in the stock market, it's something that's been relatively reliable, right? And we like to see the golden crosses, but we don't like to see the death crosses, okay? So Bitcoin is approaching a significant technical pattern known as the death cross, which could indicate potential market downturns. This pattern emerges when Bitcoin's short-term gains lag behind the long-term performance, specifically when the 50-day moving average drops below the 200-day moving average. So you can imagine why that's happening with the recent dumps, right? What is the death cross? Well, the death cross is generally seen as a precursor to severe market decline. However, it is often a lagging indicator based on historical data. There have been instances where a death cross signaled a market drop that's never materialized, which is great. For example, in March 2020, I remember that very well. Despite the death cross, Bitcoin surged to new heights later that year. Another instance occurred in June 2021 when death cross appeared, yet Bitcoin hit record levels shortly afterwards. The current death cross warning for Bitcoin is viewed as a bearish signal. However, historical trends suggest that this signal can sometimes be misleading. Past occurrences of the death cross have resulted in subsequent rallies, making it crucial for investors to closely watch market trends and macroeconomic factors. Okay, and then it gives a little bit of market goobity goop. Now, one of the comforting factors, of course, is the fact that the likes of BlackRock are still very confident. They're buying as usual. And I'm sure that they would love the market to crash because they're just going to back up their truck and load up as much as possible. Countries like El Salvador obviously also buying. And there are numerous whales that are capitalizing on this whole scenario. Now, if it does happen, I've got a little bit of dry powder set aside. Some of it actually I won by leverage trading, as you can see, but I'm not willing to hodl a leverage trade till, in case of a downturn. I'm happy to hold obviously spot because it doesn't get liquidated. It's sitting in my wallet, right? It just loses value slightly and then it gains value again. So the position I'm in now basically is I'll be happy actually to see a bit of a correction because it means that I can dollar cost average at a lower rate than I've been doing in the past few weeks. And I'm sure that Larry Fink and Michael Saylor and Najib Bukele are all feeling the same. They're all getting the dry powder ready. Again, this is not financial advice, go to your own research. The worst case scenario is to get wiped out on a leverage, which is why I have completely stepped out of leverage at the moment in anticipation of what's to come. That's it. Bye.